Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone who have arrived. If you are watching on the replay, those people who are going to watch on the replay, I'm just going to ask them to leave a comment below. But if you're here now for the live show, guys, I am so excited today. So hello, my goal-inspired professionals. I see I have some folks coming in. UD, thank you for coming. So can you hear me? Put a yes in the comment if you can hear me, because as you know, I'm running solo with all this equipment around me. I'm so excited to be here, guys. So excited to help you guys out. So can you hear me? Put a yes in the comment if you can hear me so I can keep going. Wonderful, wonderful. So guys, you are my ambitious professionals, and I created this channel for ambitious professionals. Wonderful, loud and clear. Thank you very much. So I created this channel for ambitious professionals because there are not a lot of ambitious professionals groups around that can help and mentor people. And last year, I was getting some questions from people. One lady came to me, she wanted a mentor. It takes a lot to mentor somebody, you know, as an unpaid service. So I felt if I created a community around ambitious professionals who want to up level in their career. So this is what this is all about, right? So so for those who don't know me, for those who are coming in, my name is Yvonne Robinson. I'm your career coach and branding strategist. And on this channel, we talk about career strategies, how to stand out. I call it, I coined this for myself because I think it's the way I would like to see people, how to stand out, how to own your confidence, because some people are not confident, right? And sometimes we need to help each other to become confident, because in today's market, you have to be confident to get the jobs out there. So how to stand out, how to be confident, and how to advance in your career. So you be confident, get the jobs, and advance, right? So as you get to know me, and whoever knows me, know my philosophy that I believe career goals are life goals. I really believe that career goals are life goals. And I'm going to be I'm going through today to talk about the topic. So this is what everything I do is centered around career goals, because career goals, I believe, are life goals. Now, so another thing that I've done recently, I'm an incorporation, so I'm the owner of Goal Inspired Career Coaching and the Career Advancement Club on Facebook. So if you're not on Facebook, I am the owner of the Career Advancement Club. And if you would like to join the Career Advancement Club, I have some very senior professionals in there who are able and willing to mentor. And that is so exciting to me. So today we're going to talk about how to be successful on LinkedIn. Right? So we know, guys, that LinkedIn is the major platform for career professionals. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen because I have a presentation. So this presentation is sort of in the form of a webinar. So there's a lot going on here, and there are a lot of changes coming to LinkedIn for the career professionals to use. And because you cannot really get a job these days without knowing somebody, you know, they used to say 70%. If you get a job, 70% of the time you have to know somebody. 80% of the time you have to know somebody, because even if you find the job, you have to take back your efforts to LinkedIn. And that is why it is very important. So I want to drop a comment below and let me know if you think LinkedIn is important to us, to all our job seekers. If you believe LinkedIn is important to you as a platform that you should be able to stand out on, then let me know. Drop a comment, guys, and let me know. So right now, I'm going to share my screen. It takes a little time here for me to share my screen. So let me do this and share my screen. So I'm going right now to share my screen, guys, to show you my wonderful and beautiful. Yes. So I have to scroll down to get to the top of it. my presentation. How to be successful on LinkedIn. It is very important. And the reason why we're talking about that, as I said, I'm going to tell you about some stats. But here's the menu for today. It's what we're going to talk about. Why LinkedIn? What are the stats saying about LinkedIn? LinkedIn changes that are here that they have just implemented, and those that they have fixed, and the recent improvements, and what is coming soon is going to blow your mind, because LinkedIn has changed so much over the past year, and they have been testing things in different countries, and they have been doing their market research, and they are finding out that people are wanting certain things. Employers are wanting so much more, and that is very important. So that is why this is really new, hot off the press, and I wanted to talk about what is coming soon. So, if you can stay to the end, you'll get that, and what is coming soon. So that is very important. So if you think it was intimidating to write your resume every time that you need a job, then you're going to talk about what you're going to need to do and what is so important. But the reason why it is very important, guys, career goals are life goals, right? If you didn't have a job, you would have a business. So we are saying treat your job as if you're running a business. So here are some statistics for you guys. LinkedIn is getting closer to 1 billion members. So I have I know some very senior people at LinkedIn, because as you know, on my former job, I was a senior director of a recruiting firm. And I used to deal with some people over at LinkedIn. And this year they told me they reached 740 million members, right? And there are 50% increase in content shared on LinkedIn, and over 6.3 million people attended virtual events on LinkedIn last year. LinkedIn is centered around making conversations and making connections, right? So even if you have a job now, you might say, oh, it's not for me because I have a job. No job is permanent. And the best way to do LinkedIn, which I'm going to talk to you more about at the end, is that even when you don't have a job, you have to show your presence. You have to show your presence. You have to be known. You kind of have to build a personal brand. And I'm telling you, I have been in the recruiting industry for 15 years, and I have seen changes. I have seen people cry in my office. I think I said on the last event, I had a lady, she worked at IBM for 20 odd years. She never knew she would lose her job. So it's not to be scary. It's just to be prepared, that to tell you that no job is permanent, right? So LinkedIn goal is to create more interesting ways for people to communicate. And because of physical distancing last year and so on, and now they have seen an uptick in what people are looking for in the engagement and all that, right? So LinkedIn is encouraging members to tell their stories. Now, I know you're all on LinkedIn every day, and some of the stories, some of the things that I get a lot of traction, sometimes I wonder myself, but like any platform, guys, you can use it for good, okay? So I want to talk to you a little bit now. As I said, stay until the end. I have a full video for you, and I have all the statistics and this information, right? But I want you to know that LinkedIn is a powerful tool. And whether you're an employee or a business, you need to be on LinkedIn. You cannot avoid it. There are a lot of people, and some people are here today who are leaving school, who are looking job for the first time. And it's almost like they don't understand when I say you've got to have a professional profile on LinkedIn, right? It's like people coming to Canada and to Ottawa. If I told them that they have to have a security clearance, they laugh at me, right? But, I am just saying you have to have a professional profile on LinkedIn. So I'm just going to talk quickly about the old LinkedIn and the new LinkedIn. Now, the old LinkedIn was pure professional, like it was like dry. That's the old LinkedIn. Career business. It has changed completely since Microsoft took it over, right? So the old LinkedIn, you write your long form content, and what they've done recently, which is a part I could not understand until I started studying it from last year, because before that, in 2019, I used to wonder why people are saying these things on LinkedIn. So last year, I had the opportunity to study the platform because I was retiring and I wanted to focus on something career oriented. And I found that LinkedIn is becoming more like TikTok and Instagram in certain ways. So what they tested that and they found that those things were popular, right? So they have incorporated some ideas from Instagram and TikTok. That's why you can have those LinkedIn stories that goes away in a day, right? And I don't have a TikTok account, but I have an Instagram account, so I understand what LinkedIn is. But it doesn't mean you're going to go on there and put on your best dress and take a selfie and all that. What they're looking for is engagement, but they want it to be like light and lively, right? So Facebook has been it has been like Facebook for a while. People are posting what is on their mind on Facebook, not so much on LinkedIn. It's more for content, but it is for content that is not dry, right? And the difference also between LinkedIn and Facebook, Facebook, you can have your Facebook group and can have a community. It is not so easy on LinkedIn, right? So there is a LinkedIn Live, which are for the creators, and the LinkedIn Stories and videos, which are for individuals. I don't see a lot of job seekers doing that right now, and I don't think they're really interested in going there and telling their stories. But there's a lot of content on LinkedIn which incorporates video, right? For nobody wants to go on LinkedIn and be quirky, and then they're looking for a job, and people say, "Oh, that person is quirky." No. So these stories that you create, if you were to go on LinkedIn and do a story, it could be around something interesting. It could be around something in your field, right, that you could talk about. Because at the end of this video, you're going to see that LinkedIn, that managers are going to start looking to people for their stories, right? So things are changing, and you might say, okay, it's changing. So what? I don't have to do it. But things are changing, and you're going to find that it is very important that you change with the time. So I'm going to stop this for right now, and I'm going to find out from everybody who is here, what do you think about, are you intimidated by LinkedIn? If you're on there, if you have a good profile, what do you think about LinkedIn and all these changes, guys? What do you think? Like the Insta stories, the LinkedIn stories and all that. I have never tried the LinkedIn stories because for the life of me, I don't do very well at selfies. But is there anything that you have seen on LinkedIn recently that you think has changed, is different, that you like or you don't like? Drop me a comment. Right? Anything strange about LinkedIn that you don't like? What about those Insta stories, LinkedIn stories? And what about anything on LinkedIn that you don't use LinkedIn much and all that? Yeah. So at the end, towards the end, I'm gonna show you why it's important though that you start engaging a little bit on LinkedIn, just because it's probably gonna be a good thing for your brand. And it's joining conversation sometimes, and it can be time consuming, right? And we are all working people, so I do understand LinkedIn, how time consuming that can be, and everything. So, but one of the reasons why you want to be on LinkedIn, though, I would hope that you have a decent profile picture up there, so that if something happens and you're looking for a job, you don't have to go and start scrambling for something. And that is one of the important things. So my conversion today, my preaching today is about you should at least try to develop a professional profile on LinkedIn. You don't have to go crazy like some people, but it's just going to make it much easier for you when you're ready to market yourself, or when you're in a job and something happens and you want to go out and market yourself. So I'm just gonna So I'm just going to show again the rest of the, bear with me here, the rest of what, right. Okay, live stream. Okay, let's go share again. So we're going to continue to talk about this. So as I was saying, not many job seekers want to go on LinkedIn and go become quirky and show their quirkiness, right? And it's a little bit intimidating to do that, right? And for job seekers, we know that if you are looking for a job, I can tell you 100% that the employer is going to LinkedIn. Everybody we hired internally in my company, when I was there, we go and look at their LinkedIn profile, right? We go and look at their LinkedIn profile. We don't go to Facebook and all the other places that some other people say that they do. We do go and look at their LinkedIn profile, and it is almost expected that you should have one, right? So there are some things that LinkedIn fixed recently, and one of the things that they fixed was the messaging. So I have a video on YouTube called How to Get Jobs Using LinkedIn. There's a young lady, and I always highlight her story. She was in a really hard place last year, and she came to me. And when she came to me, she told the story at my retirement party, how difficult the times were for her. And she followed my process, and she found a job in 3 weeks. She not just found a job, she pivoted. So that is very important. And where did she find me? She found me on LinkedIn, right? She watched my video, how to find jobs using LinkedIn. And she also watched my video, winning resume that gets you the job. As a matter of fact, at the time I had about 15 videos on YouTube, and she said she watched all of them. She couldn't get enough of them. She watched all of them. She followed the process, and she found a job. So this channel is really for you to find a job, to help you to find a job, guys. Enough is there. And then I'm taking it further. I created Facebook so that when you have the job, or even before you have the job, but once you're a professional on the job, there are challenges, and you have challenges, and you're going to want to talk to somebody. Because I have a young daughter too. She has challenges, and she talks to me all the time. And sometimes I wonder who the other people talk to. And when I used to have my challenges, I had nobody to talk to. So that is one of the reasons why I created Facebook group. It's a lot of work, but I did it because I just don't want to just stop. You find a job, but after you find a job, what? Because career goals are life goals, right? And that is why I created these things. And I'm saying career goals are life goals, because after you get the job, a job is not a career. It's just a stepping stone. Then you have to build a career. And if you did not have a job to provide food and the like for your family, you would have had a business, because you have to fund it with something, and the end goal is the same. So that is my philosophy. Whether you are a business or you have a career, you have to treat your career like a business. And it's not easy these days to get jobs either. It is a lot of hard work to find a job. So when you get a job, we want you to know how to up level and grow in that career. So once I'm right here, guys, once I'm right here talking about the messaging, I want to drop some comments in below, and in the meantime, tell me what kind of topics as a career professional you would like to see addressed. Okay. So what LinkedIn has done, they have fixed the messaging. You were able to send messages to people, but at the time you could not. Once it's sent, it's gone. But what they've done this year, they've done a lot of things to the messaging. They have changes so that you can correct your message. But if you are a career professional and sending out a message, you should write it in Word, especially if you're asking people to connect and asking them for information. Write it in Word, and then you change the message. So that's what they did. And what LinkedIn has done for those people who have names that are hard to pronounce, they have a name pronunciation feature. I think you get that on mobile. It's right beside your name as I'm touching here. So the name pronunciation feature is a feature that you might want to use if you have a name that you know people don't know how to call. So you are able to pronounce your name for them. So this feature is very important. And as some people say, it helps with inclusion and all that at the workplace, right? So that's the name pronunciation. And I didn't make it up. I just wanted to show that it's come straight out of LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn is the one who says this, and this is the communication that they had sent out about the name pronunciation, right? What they have also implemented are the reactions. So if you're reacting to recent improvements, just like how you're on Facebook, you can clap, you can make it more fun if you're into that. So you can make those fun. And some recent improvements, I'm just going to roll through these a little fast. Polls. They have implemented polls that you can get the pulse of the people of what they want. And one big thing that I've used recently, guys, if you have been watching me on LinkedIn, is the organic carousel post. What I've done, I've made some presentations like PowerPoint presentation, and I have been able to use the organic carousel post, and I put like a 5-page, 6-page presentation on LinkedIn, and with information for career professionals, and they're able to scroll through. So that I find is a really useful feature. All right. Now, this is the big thing. So before I go to the big thing, I'm going to stop this once more. We're going to talk about, I need some reaction from you guys, right? So before we talk about the big thing, I want you to tell me, guys, what do you think about, I have a video on YouTube that says, is the cover letter dead? Just let me know right now. We'd like to engage with somebody. I want you to tell me whether you think the cover letter is dead, because I thought it died from we started sending emails. Cover letters used to go with regular letters in a mail, and that was the cover letter, right? Cover letter is dead. When I was for 15 years, I've been in IT. Yudi says, LOL. Honestly, cover letter is dead. I'm trying to use this thing, but guys, cover letter is dead. Okay, I wish I could go back to chat comments. I want to highlight that. Awesome. Cover letter is dead. And the reason why I thought cover letter was dead, I've been in recruiting for 15 years and I've never read one. So can you imagine every time you write a resume, you're sending a cover letter? Nobody's reading it. Why do you send cover letters? Oh my gosh. Why do you send cover letters? Cover letter is dead. All right. There are some companies who might ask you for a cover letter. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Well, some people might ask you for a cover letter but if they do not ask you for a cover letter, I'm going to tell you, make sure that when you write your resume, you have a nice profile summary. Your profile summary is your crowning glory. I never understood cover letters. Yeah. I never understand cover letters myself. Why should when they used to send emails, I understand cover letters, so it's old school. Email started out about 65 years ago before I was born. I think so, right? Cover letters are old school. Because when I'm opening up a resume, I just want one document. Recruiters are very busy. You guys, when I was recruiting, I go to my bed at 12 o'clock at night. I still go to my bed at 12 o'clock at night doing all this stuff. But I'm telling you, I was calling people. Thank you. Thank you, Yudi. I was calling people. I was emailing people at 11 o'clock in the night. Recruiting, a good recruiter is working hard. And when I open a resume, I want to see a good profile summary. Your profile summary is your crowning glory. And I'm going to go into a little bit of that, a little bit more about that. So when the cover letter dies completely, you won't have to worry about it because some people are still asking for it. Vanessa says she had a recruiter ask her for it recently. Yeah, because some recruiters are, like, I don't know, we need to get rid of some of those people. They are just giving job seekers work, okay? Because it is not necessary. And if you don't have a cover letter and you have a great resume, it doesn't mean you're not going to get the job. And these people need to stop it. They just need to stop doing that foolishness, because a lot of them don't know what is going on. A lot of them are reading things on Google and regurgitating Google. They need to stop asking for cover letters, because your profile summary is your crowning glory. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're going to talk about why the profile summary is very important. And I'm going to show you my screen again, because LinkedIn is doing something about that. Is revolutionizing that part. Okay. So I'm going to go share my screen again. And if I am struggling down here, you know why? Because this is new to me. Okay. So last week I told the people who came on that I was starting before I was ready. Last week was the first time I did a live stream, guys. And I tell you, if you're a career professional, do not be afraid. Do not be scared. Do not just show up. Just do the stuff. Just make your mistakes and correct the mistakes and move on, right? A lot of people should be listening to me today, because I know a lot of people who are so scared to do their job because they're so afraid of making a mistake. Okay. When I was working at my old company, I was not afraid of anything. I just do my job, and I would just, okay, and I would just correct and go, and I would just put in the time to learn what I need to know, but I was never scared. And if you're scared of your job, guys, you're going to live a very miserable life. If you're scared of what people are saying about you on the job, you're going to be the most miserable person in the world. Don't do it. You don't want to be miserable. You want to be happy, right? So what LinkedIn has done, the video cover story. Bye-bye, cover letters. Bye. So what they're doing on LinkedIn, they said that this is a way to build your brand and stand out. So this is coming soon. As if it was not pressuring already, Yvonne. It's so pressuring, right? Take the pressure off us, guys. So in April 2021, LinkedIn announced, which is this month, new features designed to make the profiles on the platform more expressive and inclusive as the pandemic continues to roll the job market. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but as the pandemic continues in the job market, video cover letters I'm going to put in here. I'm just going to change this, guys. Nice. So we have it here. So if somebody wants to take a screenshot, video cover letters let members showcase your skills while in creator mode. While a creator mode helps them to build a following. So if you're a creator, you build a following with your cover story. For example, if I go on LinkedIn now, when they implement it, I'm probably going to have a video at the top saying what I am and what I do. And that is going to be like your profile summary. It's not going to be your whole resume. So instead of, maybe you're going to have a short profile summary, because your LinkedIn profile is not really your resume. Your LinkedIn profile is a short of your resume. It's not everything, right? So what the video cover story is going to do is to enable you to showcase your skill while, as I said, the creator mode helps them to build a following and more prominently highlight content in their profile. So I'm going to say something about some stats too. What LinkedIn believes is that cover stories are a sought after tool for both job candidates and the recruiters. What they have been doing in the last couple of months, they have been researching this, and they have been in some countries, they have been researching it and getting the feedback, and before they actually implement it. So I say bye-bye to the cover letter, because LinkedIn is listening to people. 61% of job seekers believe that a recorded video could be the next iteration of traditional cover letter. And 80% of hiring managers say video has become more important in vetting candidates. Can you imagine if you're applying for a job and you apply, and in the resume or somewhere in the profile summary, you put a link to your Google Drive with your presentation. Just imagine that. And I think that's where it's probably going to go. And that's where I would put it. I would put it in my profile summary because, and I'm going to go over about the profile summary, just a quick snippets of it. But I do have a video on LinkedIn that says how to get jobs using LinkedIn. And it has all the information and template in there on how to write a profile summary. Oh my God, I'm a profile summary queen because I talk about profile summary. I even have a video that says profile summary that knocks out the competition. I don't know. I must have been dreaming last year when I was doing that because I didn't even know LinkedIn was doing this. So guys, do not be afraid to create a video cover story. It will get you hired faster. If I was in design, and I know there are some students leaving Algonquin right now, and they're looking for jobs and they're, oh, pandemic. Pandemic should not stop you. If you're going to apply for a job, you are going to, I would start it because there are people who are doing it now because it's creative. If you're in the creative field and you're afraid of doing, I mean, people nowadays, they do selfies. I'm an old girl, you know, everybody knows that last week I became 65, right? And I'm not even afraid of anything. I can't even do a good selfie, okay? Right? So cover story is going to be a video cover story. A cover profile is going to be a video cover profile. 76% of hiring managers believe it's useful to see a job seeker pre-recorded video, and nearly 80% say videos figure strongly in their candidate vetting. Guys, what do you think? What you're saying about this? Okay, what are you saying about this? It's very important. All right, I'm trying to stop this thing. What are you saying? Yeah, talk to me, guys. What are you saying about the cover story? What are you saying about doing a video? It is already scary to write a profile summary. And the other thing, I see a lot of people on LinkedIn saying, oh, do I have to customize my resume with every job? Yeah, you must customize your resume with every job. You know why? Because your resume is like advertisement. If you are running a company, you have to advertise. You have to show them something, why they should come and buy your product. If you are, everybody should be their own best resume writer, because that is what it's going to be. You have to stand out among the competition. If you cannot write your resume. If I was hiring a project manager or a business analyst, I am not hiring anybody who cannot write their own resume. How are you going to write the business case? Right? So that sounds very hard, but it is a true thing that I would prefer. That's why I don't write resumes for people. And anybody who is on here know when they come to me and say, can you help me to write my resume? I said, no, because I don't believe in giving a fish. I believe in teaching you how to fish. So I would prefer to teach you how to write your own resume. And I would prefer to teach you how to write your own profile summary than to write a profile summary for you. Because remember, guys, that when you're looking for a job, okay, remember that when you are looking for a job, you need to customize your resume every time. So when I take so it's $300 for somebody to write a resume. People have been telling me they pay $300 for somebody to write their resume for them, right? And that is cheap. I see on LinkedIn people are paying $700 for it. I don't know. But if you are paying $300 for you to write a resume, that is only your prospecting resume. It cannot be applied for every job. And people on here who are looking for a job, no, drop a comment in below. Somebody got to drop a comment in below. Let me know, guys. Let me know if the resume that somebody writes for you, if you can send it for every job. Tell me. I need to hear something. Drop me a comment, guys. The resume that somebody writes for you, can you send that for every job? And I'm going to tell you how your ROI, right? The resume that is written for you by a resume writer is no use. It can only use for prospecting. right? So why not just write your prospecting resume? And then when you have the job, the resume to write for the job, you get somebody to help you to refine that or something. Because every time you apply for a job on LinkedIn, and I have some tools on my I have some tools on my channel about the winning resume that gets you the job. I even in that resume show people how to write, how to customize the resume, right? Right? I have some tools there. So you customize the resume for every job you're applying for. So you have your prospecting resume. You got to have a prospecting resume, guys, because you're just sending that out to people, you know, like you're selling, prospecting. But when you get the customized position, you have to customize the resume. And that is when you're going to customize your profile summary to that job, right? I'm going to show you how. I'm going to give you some tips also. I'm going to give you some tips. So yeah, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think, right? I like when they say the profile summary is everything. The profile summary is everything. Right. So finding a job is a full-time job. And somebody says, I have never had a resume professionally written, but I think finding a job is a full-time job, partly because you have to write so many resumes. Yes, and it is true. But there's a way to do it so that you do not have, it doesn't become so burdensome. There's a way to do it. So, and I have a course that I just launched that shows people how to customize their resume for every, because you're going to have to, how to customize the resume for every job so it doesn't become so burdensome, right? And that is why paying, say, $3,000 for somebody, $300 for somebody to write your resume is not ideal, because there's no return on that investment. But if you learn how to write your resume and how to customize a resume, the ROI is there, right? So it is very important that you know how to do that, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to show you a little bit about a good profile summary. And I'm going to share my screen again. And the reason why I'm doing that this week, because this was so intense, right? I got to show you all this stuff. All right, so let's go back here and talk about this, right? So before I get into the profiles, the LinkedIn checklist and all that, because I have a LinkedIn checklist, I have the profile summary. Another thing that is coming to LinkedIn, one more thing, is the LinkedIn Talkback Radio. It's like Clubhouse. So if you have never heard about Clubhouse, and I think LinkedIn probably saw that Clubhouse is giving them a lot of competition. So they're creating a part of the platform like Clubhouse. And so if you have never heard of Clubhouse, it is the newest and most popular engagement platform. Like this evening, a lot of people are on Clubhouse talking about, so if you're in the scientific field, you might find like-minded people that they have a group in Clubhouse. If you're in the data field, there's a lot of people in there doing big data and iOS and stuff like that, big data and Hadoop stuff. I think some data management persons are here because it is the hottest thing now, AI. And I know I have some AI participants and some AI people on this call right now. So it is, so what Clubhouse is, it is an invitation only social media. So I have some invitations that I could send out to some people. And if you need an invitation to Clubhouse, I can give you a hookup. So it is a social media app for iOS only that facilitates auditory communication through rooms that can accommodate groups of up to 5,000 people. So like Grant Cardone is on Clubhouse. That guy's a big guy who talks about money and all that, and so on. And they're on there with their groups talking about stuff every day and engaging. And a lot of people are getting jobs because they're on these LinkedIn engagement. They engage a lot on there, and they're in Clubhouse. And a lot of people are getting business. A lot of business is being done in Clubhouse. So it's an audio only app that hosts virtual rooms, right? So I'm not going to talk about this other thing down here. I'm just going to go straight down and talk about your profile, what you need to do on LinkedIn. LinkedIn checklist. Your URL for LinkedIn, I think you should customize the URL. So instead of saying linkedin.com and with the number, it should say your name so that you can put it on a business card or in an email or a letter. The LinkedIn background, and I'm going to show you mine. I'm just going to run through this because I'm going to show you mine after it goes down. The photo should be a professional photo. Experience section, you should make sure you optimize it. Education, skills and endorsement section, and recommendations, right? So I'm just going to scroll through this. This is just a list because I'm going to show you that list again, okay? So before I get there, though, let us talk about the profile summary. So the headline on LinkedIn and the about section makes up your profile summary. Look at this. So for example, this is my link. That is on, this is just screenshots of my LinkedIn, but that is how mine is. Instead of having some numbers there, I customize it, and there's a way to customize it. And if you want to know about that, I'm not going to say that here because my video that says how to get jobs using LinkedIn also gives you that how to customize it, right? So if you look at mine here, the about, and if you were to click here, this about section and this section is kind of my profile summary. So if I were to click here, you would see what my about is, right? And you talk about, you have your nice, you have to have a nice, what you call it, a profile summary about there, and you have to have a nice headline. So your headline and what you say in here, after you click this pencil, it will allow you to customize the about section, and you will put a nice little profile, okay? Then the dashboard, this is my dashboard. You never see somebody else's dashboard. So just I was just letting you know that if you go on your profile, only you can see your dashboard. And the checklist. So it talks about your experience. You should try to optimize it, right? I had a nice long one for when I was at Mindwire. I stayed at one job for 14 years and 8 months, approximately 15 years, right? And then I started my business, right? I started in last year when I was working, helping some people. And then you do your education, you put your volunteer experience, your skills in it. And I have some LinkedIn recommendations. If you know somebody at your workplace, I said that to somebody today, that they said something good about you, your manager says something good about you, or a colleague says, a trusted colleague, you can get them to do a recommendation for you, because I'm finding that people are also reading people's LinkedIn recommendations. So especially if you're on contract and you're leaving the contract, you should at least, you know, as soon as you know that you get some good favors in the company, some people are saying nice things, ask them to write a recommendation for you. Ask them to write what they have been saying and send it to you, or you can send them, and you're going to have to send them a LinkedIn request for the recommendation. But you ask them first and they will do it, okay? So that's that. Now, I had something about the profile summary. I'm trying to look for that. If it is not there, the LinkedIn profile summary is your crowning glory. Now, the headline and the about section, as I was just showing you a while ago, is two of the most important parts of your LinkedIn profile, okay? So the headline and the about section, right? The first things that people see when they look at your LinkedIn, if they want to know about you, they're going to look at the headline and they're going to look at the profile summary. And if I scroll quickly up again, I can show you in mine, I showed you a while ago, the headline, and the about. That makes up your profile summary, right? So this profile summary was taken from Harvard. They gave a good example of what the profile summary looked like. They said Jessica Yan, research scientist, PhD candidate, data analytics, biotech farmer. And this is how she wrote hers. If you want to look at mine, you can go on my LinkedIn profile and see what I see about mine. I'm not a biotech PhD data scientist, so mine probably is not as voluptuous as saying nice things like that, research scientist. But if you look at mine will tell you about what I am doing for people and what I do, right? So it says, I am a research scientist seeking to better understand how neutral activity motivates and shapes human behavior. So my expertise includes project design and management. So it talk about what she's interested in, what she's trying to do, what the expertise is, right? And also she added what my supervisors and colleagues would say about me. So that's not a bad thing to put in your profile summary. And then right here, for those who are looking for jobs, no one, I think Vanessa said that sounds like she's still looking for a job. She can also change her profile summary. That means that after you find the job, you have to change this part again. I'm seeking employment opportunities that will allow me to use my diverse skill set to develop and promote technologies that benefit human health. Specific fields of interest include data analytics, biotechnology, and pharmaceuticals. This is such a nice one, and well written. So what they did here, okay, they say what they are. You have to say what you are. A lot of people write their resume and don't say, I'm a project manager, or I am a software, or I'm a data analyst, or I am a nurse. They beat around the bush. If you're going to write a resume for a job or for some people to help you, you have to know what you are. So you say what you are, say what you do, who you help, and what the results. Say what you are. I didn't write that down. It's coming, it's just coming right now. Say what you are, right? Say who you help and what the results. What you are, who you help, and what the results are. This is a very, very I would say this is a very confident profile summary. Okay. So if you ever have to write a video profile summary, a video presentation, it would go like that. You would say what you are, you would say what you do, and you would say who you help, and you would say what the results are. Very important. Okay. That is what the profile summary is all about. It's no rocket science, guys. No rocket science. So I'm just going through this. Okay. So where are you going to find me if you want to find me? I have a website. Actually, I haven't even really launched it yet. It's just finished, but I like it. It's called goal-inspiredcareercoaching.com. It probably is not even registering yet because it's so new. When you put in the HTTPS whack, you probably even don't get it. You have to maybe copy and paste, but goal-inspiredcareercoaching.com. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter as inspired_goals. I'm on Instagram as Yvonne_goal-inspired. And if you want to join me, right, you can join me on my Career Advancement Club on Facebook. If you're having some difficulties and you want a 30-minute strategy call to figure out where your career is going and how to get there, on my LinkedIn profile and on my website, you can book a 30-minute discovery call to see if you would like to, some more help, right? Because I have a paid program. My YouTube is my free program. And I also have a paid program, guys. So I want to find out from you guys now. You got to tell me what you think about. I got to stop sharing this. No, this is so new to me. StreamYard. Now, guys, I want you to tell me, somebody says that she hasn't, my profile definitely needs update. Yes. And as I'm saying, my friend, is that it is very important, right? Because I told the story at the beginning how a lady cried in my office because she did not know that she wouldn't have a job, right? Because she thought she had a job for life. And sometimes it is very important. Or if you want to grow in your career, you want to find a new job, that's where people are going to find you. And if you would like to move into a different area, people are using LinkedIn a lot, especially now in the pandemic. It is very, very, very important. So if you do not know how to do that, you can watch my video that says how to find jobs using LinkedIn, because I give almost like a template in there of how to do it. And if you check my website out, I think there are also some free resources on my website that I just created. It took me a couple months to get that done, where you can go and land and learn. And there are some downloads there, free downloads. So I have been doing a lot of work on this side of things. So guys, this is awesome. This is wonderful. I'm so happy to see some faces, some names that I know, right? So I would like you to, if you need help with this, let me know. And if you're in my career group on LinkedIn, also let me know what other help that you need. And I'm so happy to be with you today, guys. This is so exciting. And I will see you in the next one. So let us meet again next week. I come on every Tuesday at 5 o'clock because some people requested 5 o'clock. And I see you in my next live stream.
Bonjour.